This ain't my Carol. This ain't my Plurbs. And it's about damn time. This is Kurt's Plurbs Blurbs. What up, lunatics? Kurt Money here to talk about the Plurbs Season 1 finale, La Chica O El Mundo. As an episode of television, and as the finale to my favorite show on the air, this was excellent. Okay, tip-top stuff. But boy, was I steamed at our girl Carol tonight. Let the blurbs begin. Blurb number 1, Carol wasn't faking it. What the hell else am I supposed to think when she's saying stuff like this?
They are not evil.
Come on, Carol. God, this was such a punch in the gut. I felt this, and I hated it. Who is this person? I don't know her. She comes around by the end, thank God.
You win. We saved the world.
But 90% of this episode, I spent pissed. This is easily the most I've been mad at Carol all season. I've never been on board with the Carol hate, never, not once, but this ep, I was damn close. Honestly, I kept wanting Manousos to force her to watch the tape she made, to remind her, yo, this is you, Carol.
We owe it to humanity.
What happened to that, Carol? Blurb number 2, welcome Manousos and your many yucks. All-star of the episode right here. Dude had me cracking up multiple times, honking the horn to make Carol come out. His insistence that they talk in the back of his Zambo.
We talk in the ambulance.
And watch him try to put on a fake smile talking to Carol.
Su teléfono. Please?
Like those blinks. This was good. And also I love how this dude cuts right through the crap. He knows Carol's lying her ass off here.
Why they come back?
No say.
And instead of trying to get the truth out of her, he goes right to the source. Pirate lady. Oh, and then when Carol storms over wanting her sex toy back, he calls him up and says, hey, send me another, will you? Amazing. Blurb number 3. The Pod Peeps are crafty. We've known this all along. At least Carol is being reminded of it this episode with all this egg business.
My eggs. The ones I froze with Helen.
Now, some of us saw this egg stuff coming, and a lot of the internet said, no, you can't get stem cells from eggs. That's not going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. Well, turns out the Pod Peeps can or will be able to. So, sorry, internet. Vince Gilligan did an interview with Variety, along with Rhea Seehorn and some other peeps, but he did an interview with them, and he makes a point of talking about how the Pod Peeps are super lawyery. Very Perry Mason, as he puts it. And he also says that they can lie all the livelong day. Classic Vince Gilly wordage right there, which is going to make this next blurb a little tough for us both to hear, but I gotta say it. Blurb number 4, green screens can go screw. There are 2 scenes in this episode that were so clearly shot on a green screen, it took me out of it. And look, that's the problem with making such a banger of a show. The bar is high. Okay, I expect these kind of cheats in other shows, but for a show that's flying to Montana for real snow and building a friggin' culdesac, why see these islands? Okay, fine, do the aerial of them at a beach. Do we need to see Carol in focus and then see the islands in the background?
No.
No. The point of this montage is that Carol's living the lie and living it up with Zosha. Why specifically Halong Bay? Now, real talk, you know I didn't know that this was Halong Bay. Took a screenshot of it, reverse searched it on the Goog. My first thought here is that it was the James Bond Islands behind her. You know, the ones that we see in Man with the Golden Gun.
Take back Tabasco!
Similar vibe, both breathtaking, but not the same. One's in Vietnam, the other's in Thailand. Gotta look at me. Just a little bit of Gilligan and all of a sudden I'm Mr. Geography. And I'll forever be Mr. Noisy about hating scenes like this one. Honestly, it makes me think of the worst offender, and that's in Neighbors 2. When just to sell a simple joke that Seth Rogen got on the wrong plane and ended up in Australia, they shoot him in front of the friggin' Sydney Opera House.
I might do the bridge walk and then I'm gonna come home.
Look how crap that is. That's in 2016. I'm feeling those same vibes here in 2025 with Carol being like, oh, I love being here at these islands. So that's strike 1 for backdrop chicanery. And the most offensive, no doubt. This next one I'm going to talk about, I think I know why they did it, and that's the Sewergate one with the cell phone. You can tell clear as day that this was shot in a studio. I was trying to rack my brains of why they would do this. We know they've got the real cul-de-sac, but I think I know the reason why, and it demands a blurb all to itself. Blurb number 5, Google Earth, anybody? All right, stick with me here. I think that they had to shoot this on a stage in order to get the shot of dropping the cell phone into the sewer grate, because there is no such thing as a real sewer grate on this cul-de-sac. I went back to every single other cul-de-sac appearance in this season, and it's in there, okay? You can clearly see a sewer grate, but that is either A, added digitally in post, or B, those scenes were all shot after they got this one with Carol and Manousos here. We know from the podcast that they're not shooting in order. I mean, the Mr. Diabate's first scene was the hot tub scene in Vegas.
The first time I met
them all was when we shot the hot tub scene. So that was not awkward at all.
Oh my gosh.
Was that the first time?
That's the first time I met all our supermodels.
Plus, remember how Reddit found a spoiler before episode 7 with the comeback biz? Where it was like you could see on Google Earth, not Google Maps, but on Google Earth, you could see that it had written come back. So I logged onto Google Earth to see what's up with the sewer grate, if it is in fact a part of the cul-de-sac. And as you can see, there is a grate. But as you can see when I do the old history timeline here, not always. At this point, no grate. This cul-de-sac is grate free. So boom. That's why I'm choosing to believe that they had to do this green screen thing, because I'll bet the grate that's on that cul-de-sac is not deep enough to drop a cell phone into. Okay, and it's definitely not deep enough to get the reverse shot through the grate of Carol looking down at it. So I'll bet all this stuff was on a stage. And the real grate that's on the Coldie, this is just for looks. Blurb number 6, snaps aside, Manousos gets it. As I said before, Carol was pretty much off a rocker this whole app, but she did have one win, and that was when she shut it down instantly when Manousos started snapping at her.
Teléfono.
I loved this, and I knew it was trouble the second he did it, because look, last time I snapped to get a woman's attention was in Baton Rouge in 2006, and my girlfriend at the time put me in my place, and I've never made that mistake again.
Good, honey.
And you could tell Manousos didn't know that until Carol set him straight.
I don't speak snap.
Because I don't know about you, but I get the impression that Manousos was snapping at people pre-Pod Peep takeover. Like in the old world, whether it be like his employees at the storage unit, or maybe, honestly, other women in his life. I'll bet Manousos was used to snapping. Like, come on. And it's part of that attitude that made me worried how he was going to act when he found out that Carol was a lesbian. Now look, thankfully it's 2025 and you can't have a character that we're supposed to root for be uncool with someone being a lesbian or gay or anything, like, and rightfully so, because it's nobody's business and who friggin' cares. And I was just worried we were gonna have a scene of him like balking at it or being like, wait, what? Where's your husband or something? Thankfully we didn't and he was cool with it. And I had a huge sigh of relief when he said this line.
Do you want to save the world or get the girl?
First off, that's a killer friggin' line. It also just confirms for me that Manousos knows what Carol's story is, thanks to Pirate Lady, and he's fine with it, as he should be. So, Manousos gets it. Blurb number 7, Carol keeps it golden. Loved seeing another Golden Girls moment here, and we can hear the DVD menu playing on repeat when she's passed out on the couch. Now, this I can relate to, having something to retreat to. I mean, clearly my Golden Girls is The Burbs.
The Burbs.
In the lowest of my lows, when I discovered the beauty of The Burbs, I'd watch that baby 3 times in a day, back to back to back. The Burbs is my cozy zone, and Golden Girls is Carol's. Love it. Blurb number 8, you're no fun, Chekhov's gun. We knew when we saw Carol pack that gun into the golf bag that it was coming back at some point, so imagine my disappointment when it was used to stop Manousos from trying to un-Pod Peep Rick here.
Back away. Now.
Also, I think Manousos is onto something here, this method, but let's put a pin in that for now. Blurb number 9, hashtag not all notes. That interview that they did with Variety had a lot of gold in it. Great bit of info about how this end scene with Carol and the atom bomb, this was not the original ending. I guess the first plan was that Carol would like slip a note to Manousos secretly that said like, hey, I'm playing double agent here. Like, don't worry, I'm anti-Pod Peeps too, but just play along for a little bit. And the suits rightfully said, hey, Vince Gilly, any way we could make this better? And Vince was quick to admit that that note was actually dead on, because they thought about it and they were like, yeah. We've already planted the seed of the atom bomb. Let's bring that back.
What about an atom bomb?
And I love that they did, because one, this is a great line to go out on, okay?
What is this?
Atom bomb.
Killer last line for the season. But also, it draws a hard line in the sand, okay? It's us versus them now. If they had done the wishy-washy slip in a note, we'd still be questioning Carol. After all of this crap with her drinking the juice,
Have you even tried talking to them? You could learn a thing or two.
I'm pumped that it's cut and dry, and Carol is with us. Bring it on, season 2. Let's get this party started. And by party, I mean whooping ass Pod Peep wise. Blurb number 10, it can be reversed. The pod peeping can be undone and will be undone, all right? That is my official position. It's gonna happen. The real people are in there somewhere, and eventually we're gonna find out how to bring them back. Now, could this be the very end of the show, like series finale style? Who knows? Maybe it even happens earlier, because then this way we introduce more people who can be mad and stuff. With more people like that out there, a lot more could go down. It's kind of like in Dawn of the Dead. It's not the zombies that bring everything down. It's the friggin' motorcycle gang. So like, who's going to be the Tom Savini in Pluribus when they start turning people back and someone's like, hey, wait a minute, I actually want Carol's house. Whatever. I'm down for it. Yes! And hey, is Manousos on the right track here? Like trying to whisper them back to the surface, a la Max and Running Up the Hill, Kate Bush and whatnot? Maybe, maybe not, but I guarantee it's reversible for 2 reasons. Reason 1, this interview I'm talking about, the interviewer kind of asks about that, and look at Vince Gilly sidestep this question. Look at this. There's not an answer in sight. He sidesteps because he does not want to talk about it. Bullet dodged. Reason number 2, and I've said this before too, but I want this on record, okay? I guarantee that Carol's going to find a way to reverse the Pod Peeps so that she can have the realization that Helen could still be around today if she had just hung back and like caught Helen fall instead of running off to talk to Truck Guy. Okay? I guarantee they're going to do that. That is going to be so brutes for Carol, and I just know the writers can't wait to put her through that. That is pure gold TV writing-wise, so mark my words, mark my blurbs. It's happening. All right, so the blurbs may be over, but the mind grapes don't stop, y'all. I'll be definitely doing blurbs on the burbs when that show comes out in February. Let me know in the comments other shows or movies you want to get my blurbs on, because I would be more than happy to oblige. So, hell of a blurbs, and when you go to bed tonight, think about what a great season we had, how amazing the blurbs is, and also, don't forget about the burbs, okay? Recognize Tip It Boat.